one of the game's elite arms, is now one of baseball's K-Kings. He's got the look in his eyes. Tonight, the best in the West are his challenge. The first-place Rangers continue interleague fun and frivolity. And speaking of fun, if there's a red on the head, there's a party in the seats. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona, interleague action. You would never know. This team just came off of being swept in Seattle. It's good to be back home. Just another day in paradise. The interleague action continues. It's the first place Texas Rangers going head-to-head with the Diamondbacks. And this is not your average open, as you can imagine. We are here in the redhead section once again. We have red wigs. We have crazy fans. Mark Grace, we have family reunions here tonight. They're having fun again.
Look at it, young, old, tall, short, it doesn't matter. They're redheads and they're here and they're making some noise tonight.
Well, they certainly are. You ready? First topic is Max Scherzer. He really has grown up the last three starts.
Yeah, he's coming into his own as a major league pitcher. The potential was always there. You can keep going. The potential was always there. But now he's starting to believe in himself, in his stuff. And if he gets confident, look out. He can be scary for the rest of baseball.
You see what he has done in his last three starts. Very dominating pitching deeper into games, no doubt about it, Max Scherzer. Now, as we get to know these youngsters, and we're enjoying it, we got to get to know the Rangers. The one thing we know right away is that Josh Hamilton is on the disabled list. He won't be back until about the All-Star break, but there are some guys who can hit and pitch on this team.
Well, who would have ever thought that the Texas Rangers are being carried into first place in the American League West by their pitching staff? They've always been a team that beats you to death with the bats. This year, with Nolan Ryan at the helm as team president, these pitchers are starting to pitch a lot more like the great train.
And you can see the support they have offensively. Ian Kinsler, high school in Tucson. Michael Young made the move from shortstop over to third base. You guys ready? Wow. The Redheads are at it again. We're certainly glad you're with us for baseball's best fan section. Then it's the Arizona Diamondbacks going head-to-head with the Texas Rangers. Wow. Wow. the Diamondbacks. And by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it is on.
And welcome back. Just about set for business here in downtown Phoenix. The roof is open. Max Scherzer set to take a mound tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks, opening the homestand in a 3-game set against the Texas Rangers. The Diamondbacks, there's no doubt they have been scuffling, and the news got a little worse today as the injury bug bites again for A.J. Hinch's club. Chris Snyder, catcher, going to the disabled list with a bad back. A.J. Hinch said he probably doesn't need all 15 days on the disabled list, but with a bad back and playing catcher, that's probably the best spot for him. It started acting up for him in Seattle, and Chris Snyder will miss the next 2 weeks for the Diamondbacks. To make way for Snyder, Luke Carlin has been called up to take his place. Just another Diamondback that has spent time on the disabled list. Of course, it started with Brandon Webb, who was in Kansas City, tried to get things going for the season, but had to fly home suffering a major setback. He had another MRI today. A.J. Hinch said they'll know the results later, and we'll hopefully have an update for you tonight on the post-game show. Also, Chris Young was in the lineup today. He tested up that sore groin. He was scratched. He is available in a pinch hitting role, but Chris Young, not a go, still not 100% after suffering an injury last week in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Major League Baseball. We'll try to get things right. The Diamondbacks try to get things right. It's time to mess with Texas. The Rangers are in town. It's the Diamondbacks and the Rangers. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call, and it's next, right here on Fox Sports Arizona.
A peek on DBTV. We also take a peek at Ron Washington, an experienced career as a utility player in the big leagues, a longtime coach in Oakland, now his 3rd season, his best season as the skipper of these Texas Rangers. His starting lineup has Arizonan Ian Kinsler at the top of it. Then it's David Murphy, Michael Young, a perennial all-star, Marlon Birdblatt's cleanup, Nelson Cruz, struggling of late but crushing it all year long, Jared Saltalamacchia is the catcher. A lot of strikeouts go along with Chris Davis. Elvis Andrus moved Michael Young to third base, and Matt Harrison gets to hit, a pitcher that gets to hit. Our Blimpie starting lineup. We talked about Max amongst the matches out there, but he is our Tucson Dodge feature when we take a look at the numbers. Bottom line, Gracie, last 3 or 4 very good.
Yeah, he's been terrific. He's starting to believe in that tremendous talent. That can be scary.
Ian Kinsler to lead things off. Roberts at third, cheats in a bit. Fastball underneath it a little bit. We're underway. Good to be back home with all of you in the great state of Arizona. 1-0 the count. Diamondbacks coming off getting swept by the Seattle Mariners. Very disappointing series as that fastball is swung on and missed. Texas has lost 4 in a row. They're in their own tailspin. But Mark Grace, tailspins in the top are easier to work your way through than tailspins when you're at the bottom.
No question about it. Ian Kinsler having himself a terrific year. Gets a change up right at the bottom of the kneecaps. I know you had a long, nice visit with Ian Kinsler. I know you were fired up about that.
You know what? I asked Ian, for those fans that follow the National League, see these first-place Texas Rangers.
Yes.
As Ian, I hardly had time to speak of the story. As someone does the spot off for him on the bench.
Left fielder number 7, David Murphy.
That's just good old-fashioned belt-tie fastball down the middle and right by Ian Kinsler.
Ian said, well, one of the big reasons is that we've won more games than the other teams.
And that was the reason for
why
them
they're
being
in first
place?
Which technically is right. Over the inside corner, strike one to David Murphy.
So you got a lot of in-depth stuff, you know, like maybe, well, we're playing small ball, or, you know, we're really doing a good job of moving runners around. Maybe the bullpen's coming through big time when they need. Is that what you got from him?
I pushed him a little bit, then I did.
Okay, good.
Then I did, but that was the initial answer. Kevin Millwood had a very good reason, which we will hear. Oh, my goodness. Max Scherzer electric out of the gates. He blows away Kinsler. He blows away Murphy, and now Michael Young.
That was unfair for Murphy there. Another high, hard one right by Murphy. Hitting his spot. Montero coming out of the crouch. And the great fastball hit the glove.
Michael Young, a career 300 hitter.
This guy can hit, Darren. Flat out.
Always good for about 200 hits a season. He takes a long look at strike one to Young. Out of UC Santa Barbara is the way he played his college baseball. He was a teammate with Barry Zito there. Changeup, respect pitch, 0-2 the count.
Yeah, you turn up the dial to look for that 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and you get a beautiful changeup. Goodness gracious, Max. Good to be back with you, partner. I missed you this weekend.
Missed you as well.
I guess I picked a good weekend to miss.
There were some memorable moments, and there were some forgettable moments, no doubt about it. The 1-2. Slider, so he's seen them all now, 2-2 the count. He's seen 2 fastballs, a changeup, and a slider.
I like going right back with the gas now.
Well, the question is the Hotel Scherzer open for business? We'll see.
Oh, I like it when you go there, Darren. Went with the slider again, missed inside, 3-2.
Hooked it a little bit, almost looked like he turned it over, got on top of it. Here it is again.
Wanted it away, left it inside.
That one is belted center field. Young puts a solid at bat on it. Parra goes back, looks up, right against the wall it goes, and now, since it gets by Parra, it's Burns that plays it, and a triple for Michael Young. As Mark Grace said very accurately, this guy can hit.
He is a terrific hitter. And Max kind of messed around. He got him 1-2, threw him a couple off-speed pitches to get to 3-2. Now Michael Young looking for one pitch and one pitch only. He got it. He crushed it. That's a home run in a lot of other ballparks, but it's very spacious out here in Chase Field. You can deal with 2-out triples, Darren, especially if you just come back and get this guy.
Marlon Byrd, the cleanup hitter, he is hit by a slider. So domination. Then, as you said, flirting with some different pitches, and all of a sudden a little frustration. He overthrew that slider.
What happened to the fastball? That's what he was striking the first 2 guys out with. Now he throws a first pitch slider there. He gets Marlon Byrd right on the tricep there. He'll get a painful trip to first base. Time to use that fastball, isn't it, Darren?
Definitely time to use it. That's what he blew, as you mentioned, Kinsler and Murphy away with. Nelson Cruz, overall this year, pretty good numbers, but of late is really struggling. Big power if you make a mistake. All the way down at the end of that bat and hanging off the end. Another slider. Well, it starts to get perplexing. We talk about this a lot with Max. The gifted right arm, the one that was touched from the heavens, as I like to say. 1-0 the count. Go ahead and let him know you have it. There we go.
What's wrong with that?
Not even close to it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And to me, when a guy like Cruz is struggling, you see what he's done in the month of June. Haven't read all the scouting reports. My guess is his bat is slider speed bat right now because of it.
Most likely, yeah.
Do him a favor.
You know, we'll have Fergie Jenkins on here in a little bit, the Hall of Famer. He'll probably say, if you got a good fastball, use it.
Boy, what a treat that'll be.
I mean, he just ate him alive with that fastball in right there. I think going to the outside corner with that same fastball is the thing to do. You've got him sped up. Let's see if they go to the outside with it. They're going to go up.
In on his hands. He couldn't do anything with it. They missed their spot even.
Nothing wrong with using your fastball when you got a great one.
Struck out a couple, then believed in his fastball again. Ferguson Jenkins joining us up in the booth. Head section. We have those folks here tonight. We'll talk more a little bit. We have a family reunion out there.
What's going on there?
Oh, man, they're having a ball. A.J. Hinch in the starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. We'll speak to the family reunion throughout the evening. Our Southwest Airlines starting lineup, Lopez, Drew, and Justin Upton. What a trip he had. It's Reynolds, a couple of big homers on the trip, Parra and Burns, Montero, Roberts, and Scherzer. Matthew Reed Harrison is 23 years old. He's from Durham, North Carolina. Was originally a Braves pick in the draft. Part of the Teixeira deal a couple of years back. This year, some time on the DL, a 5.5 ERA. Pitched against Houston last time out. Not so bad. 5 innings, 3 runs allowed.
Big kid with a good arm, good changeup. And one pitch into this thing, he's going to have one out.
Felipe Lopez rolls that one over. Few thoughts about Felipe. Let's take quickly a look at the Texas Rangers defense. Murphy, Bird, and Cruz. Then it's Young, Andrus, and Kinsler with Davis at first. Remember, Young moved to third for Andrus. And Jared Santalamacchia. These two guys both coming out of the system for the Braves in that Teixeira deal. Ian Kinsler has a brand new double play partner. It was veteran Michael Young. Now it's youngster Elvis Andrus. That's how much they believe in him. As that is a strike.
There's Elvis. He had kind of the swivel hips like the king of rock and roll.
Good call.
Thank you.
0-2 the count. Yeah, Harrison, Santalamacchia, Elvis Andrus, a couple of other minor league pitchers came for Teixeira.
And Atlanta got Teixeira for what, about a month and a half, 2 months?
It turned out to be a very good deal.
Absolutely.
I mean, anytime you can, as you're trying to rebuild your club, get a starting battery in a trade, a pitcher and a catcher, let alone a shortstop, positions up the middle, Gracie, those are valued positions to acquire in a trade.
You rarely see the day when the Atlanta Braves get fleeced in a trade, but they got fleeced on that one.
Pitch misses away. 2-2 the count. And remember, this was back in 07. Won't go on and on about this. The Diamondbacks were very close in the running in that trade as well until the 12th hour. Drew in on his hands into left field. That one goes. So Stephen Drew, who was sleepless in Seattle because he was hitless in Seattle, comes back home and gets a hit.
Well, he did a good job of pulling his hands in nicely as the Redheads are fired up about that. But a fastball in from Harrison, pulls his hands in nicely and just flips it out into left field for a base hit. That's nice hitting there by Stephen Drew. You got to be some kind of strong to get that out to the outfield.
Justin Upton. What a year he is having. And amongst all National League outfielders, as we consider the All-Star game drawing closer, certainly worth talking about. Slugging .581. Only Ibanez and Hopp have a higher slug. OPS of .981. Hopp and Ibanez, the only ones that are higher. You bet he should be at that All-Star game. In the home run derby as well. Changeup, good pitch. A 1-0 changeup, and he tried to maul it.
He was geared up for a fastball, and he got a beautiful changeup. Justin missed that one by quite a bit.
As the calendar turns, Justin counts the days to the second half of the month. Funny thing statistically. Later in months, the number is getting better, but either way, the one thing when you talk about different weeks, different times, there hasn't been any prolonged struggles for Justin this year.
Well, you're not going to have the numbers that he has with prolonged struggles. But
pretty good numbers, aren't they?
Yeah, goodness.
Drives that one to right. Going backward in his Cruz. Still going. Leaps off his glove and out of here. For Justin Upton, the hot streak continues. 14 homers, 44 RBIs.
Oh, what an amazingly talented young man. First pitch fastball missed. The changeup he misses by a mile. I'm going to sneak another fastball. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I believe Nelson Cruz got a glove on that baseball going over the wall. He grazed the glove and got out as that was ripped up the middle by Mark Reynolds.
Mark Reynolds with a base hit. Wow. It did. Cruz got out. I give Cruz credit. He went back. He went up that wall, used kind of the chain link feel. And there is Mark Reynolds with a base hit again. But Upton, his last 5 games, and we'll continue to talk about now his last 6 games. Coming in, Gracie, his last 5 games, 11 for 21 prior to that homer.
He's just been a pleasure. In a season that's been very up and down, more down than up.
You bet.
Boy, Justin Upton and Mark Reynolds have just been special. Bang. Off it goes. Watch the glove of Cruz right off the top of the glove. And over. Great effort.
It's a great effort with this not being his home ballpark. Reynolds on the move. Can they get him? The throw. Got it. Caught stealing there. 1-3-6. Reynolds trying to swipe a bag. He's got 13.
Now you're off on the first move you see. And he thinks he might have got that leg in there, but it looks like the tag got there and the foot just at about the same time. Yeah, that's a good call by Jerry Davis.
So 2 outs now. And Gerardo Parra facing a lefty, a little bit more of a tall task for him, especially in the big leagues. Hit .290 against left-handed pitching in the minor leagues in Double-A. Just about 140 here in the big leagues.
I think Parra is going to be a guy who'll be just fine against lefties. When you're a good hitter, you should be able to hit lefties as well as righties. I'm not a big believer in the whole platoon thing all the time.
Well, that's what I was certainly going to say as he chops that one to the middle of the diamond. You never know until you get the chance, and you can only get the chance when you play out the rest of the year. Justin Upton, an all-star caliber year. We will be joined by a Hall of Famer, Ferguson Jenkins, former Cub, former Ranger. Well, with regard to garb and memorabilia, that sums up in good portion the career of our guest, and what an honor it is for us to have Ferguson Jenkins up in the booth. And we've been banging the drum a lot about pitching deep into games. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
My old coach, Fergie. How are you,
definitely.
brother?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Doing good.
First of all, tell us why you're here. You're good friends with Miller Lite have made it possible for you to stop by the ballpark. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we had an appearance tonight at Sliders with the Miller Brewing Company. And what they've got, the ex-major leaguers and Hall of Famers, from Phil Niekro to Gaylord Perry and Billy Williams, other individuals to go. And we're making appearances around the country and around the ballparks.
You and I were talking about pitching in Texas, the heat of the summer.
Oh,
Never bothered you?
Never. You know, you had to have an attitude to go out there.
Right.
I wore a long sleeve shirt just to make the opponents know I wasn't sweating or I wasn't. That was my garb.
Crazy.
That's it. Definitely. Yeah. I wasn't a Bill Lee though.
No, not crazy like that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Hey, Kevin Millwood was saying very much the same thing, that he has embraced the heat. He feels better about himself. He's pitching deep into games. And Fergie, that's something that we have talked a lot about, how the game has evolved. And now with Nolan and his influence with the Texas Rangers, it's all come front and center. Pitchers should pitch deeper into games. Your thoughts?
Well, I think by far, if you have control of the game, why should you come out? You pitch 7 innings, you throw 110 pitches, you've given up 3-4 hits, and now you got the bullpen coming in that really doesn't have the feel of the game yet. And if you're still getting people out, why should you come out of that ballgame?
Yeah, it's your game, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Leo DeRocher was a firm believer of that. He'd walk by me in the dugout, and I'm winning the ballgame 2-1. He'd say, "Hey, big fella, your game to win or lose," like that. That was it. And that's what I liked. And that's the reason I think I completed so many games.
Yeah, Fergie, it wasn't uncommon for you if you had 35, 40 starts. But you pitched back in the 4-man rotation, so you probably had into the mid-40s.
The most I had is 42 starts.
42 starts. And how many complete games? What was your most
30.
complete? You had 30 complete games.
Yes.
So that's amazing. Yeah. That just you'll never see those days again. Not even close. Not even close.
If I may, Mark Grace, in 1971, he completed 30 of 39 starts.
Truly amazing. Have you seen Max Scherzer pitch yet in your life?
No.
Diamondback starter.
No, I haven't. I know that just by watching him, he's got pretty good ability. He's got a good windup. It's compact. He throws the ball pretty hard.
He throws the ball real hard. But you weren't a guy that was lighting up the ring. You know, they didn't carry radar guns back then.
We didn't have that scoreboard.
But Darren, there might not have been a major league arm with better control than Fergie Jenkins with all his pitches. That's just as important as how hard you throw. Even more important, isn't it?
I think so. Control, location, and doing it one pitch after the other. And I was a firm believer. If you can throw a breaking ball early in the count, you better be able to throw it late in the count. And that's why I made hitters think about that. Even if I got even in the count 2-2, 3-2, they better look for that slider because it's coming.
And it was a good one.
1-2, the count to Elvis Andrus.
Now, Fergie, when you were on the mound, were you trying to strike out the hitter, or were you just trying to get him out?
No, I tried to tell myself that I had 7 capable people behind me, and I think one game I had maybe 17 or 18 ground balls. That's what the game's all about. Let everybody play.
Absolutely.
Can you stay with us for another half inning?
Sure, no problem.
Hall of Famer, former Ranger, former Cub, his old coach, Fergie Jenkins, joining us up in the booth. He's going to stay for a moment. Arizona leading it thanks to Justin Upton and a 2-run home run. Ferguson Jenkins, member of baseball's Hall of Fame. It is my honor, our honor, to have you up in the booth with us. And it was quite an honor. We've talked about the Rangers, about the Cubs having your number retired, along with Greg Maddux earlier this year. How much did that mean to you?
Well, you know, it's to understand that the team recognizes you as a decent player. I mean, I wasn't a superstar, but I was a decent player, and I won some games.
You were a superstar.
Well, what's nice about it is that I was consistent. I won some games. So did Greg Maddux. I mean, the times in Chicago, he was younger.
Right.
Then went to Atlanta and really got established.
Got much
so,
better.
But the 620 games I had as a Cub, guys around me really contributed. Billy Williams, Ernie Banks, Santo, the guys that played there every day, they won games for me. And all I did was pitch.
Well, he knows.
Well, that's the great thing about guys like Fergie, the humble. You know, I like the great players that you shouldn't have to tell them how well you can play. People will, if you're great, people will tell you that you're great, or people will say how great you are. I respect guys like Fergie that, you know, he'll sit there and say, yeah, I was decent. You know, I won some games, but that's the kind of guy Fergie is, and that's why. And it's guys like him that guys like me loved playing behind, because it was a team game. It wasn't about Fergie Jenkins, number 31. It was about the Chicago Cubs or the Texas Rangers or whoever he was pitching for.
And I pitch fast too.
And I
so
love
you better be ready to pick it when I'm out there pitching. I got the ball, got it, and threw it.
Some memories there.
Yeah, Putnam playing first base.
Get over there, Fergie.
Little change up.
Pitching in. What are your thoughts as we sit here on pitching in?
Well, in my era, we knocked people off the plate to set up that pitch away. Now the umpires protect the hitters, because you throw one time in and then you throw a second time in, the warning might be you're out of the game.
That's true.
So I just think that the umpires sometimes are protecting the hitter maybe a little too much.
You always got to protect the hitter, Fergie. Yeah. You know that.
In the era where you could knock people off the plate, that was part of the game. Drysdale did it. Gaylord Perry did it. Marichal, Gibson, myself, Seaver.
All the great ones.
We did it. I mean, that was just part of the game. And guys didn't charge them out. They might look at you, but what's a look?
No, absolutely.
That's a good point. You know, Mike, there was a few years in Chicago, Darren, when I was playing there that I had Fergie Jenkins was our pitching coach. Billy Williams, another Hall of Famer, was our hitting coach. And then, well, I think it's and a sad reason he's not a Hall of Famer, but he should be. Ron Santo was up in the radio booth doing the game. So, I mean, those teams that I played for, we were surrounded by greatness. And it just, when they would enter the room, whether they were our coach or whether they were our broadcast, it was unbelievable. And listen to some of the stories that Billy and Fergie and Santo would tell. You know, Santo would be a little louder than you and Billy.
Yes, right.
But
imagine that.
But the story and the way they conducted themselves, it really, these guys taught me a lot about how to conduct yourself on the field, off the field. You know, how to conduct yourself when you're on the road versus at home. You know, it was I owe a lot to Fergie and Billy and guys like that.
It's a big compliment. Are you proud of that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it was, you know, my last roommate was Joe Carter. And
wow.
You took Joe Carter out and basically showed him what things were like in the big leagues. My first roommate was Ernie Banks. So as a rookie, I had Ernie Banks. I mean, the last 3 years he played, I had him as a roommate.
And you never got a word in edgewise, did you?
No. He was like AM and FM. That was his nickname. They called him Mr. Sunshine, but I call him AM and FM. He was like a radio and couldn't turn him off. You know, I went to Boston, had Dwight Evans as a roommate. Texas, I had Jim Bibby. So, I mean, it's just, you pick your roommates you want, or a lot of times they'll pick your roommate. But, I mean, that's what the game was all about, having a roomie and enjoying what you did and playing hard for each guy.
Having a roommate. These guys will never know what that was about.
Well, it's different now. In the minor leagues, they have that, but not in the big leagues.
At the major league
the guys
level.
have a suite. They show up when they want. They have their own limo. Some guys have their own plane they take, you know.
Well,
I've heard a lot of rumors about that.
That wasn't me, but I know some of them. You know, Roger Clemens was one of those guys that, you know, he kind of showed up when it was his day to pitch.
That's it. And they pitch once a week. You know.
9-man pitching staffs, Fergie. I interrupted you. Sorry about that. 9-man pitching staffs.
You know, when you went to spring training, there was 25 pitchers a lot of times. And if you were going to make that roster, you had to show front office and the manager you deserved to make that ball club. And 9 men made the staff going north or wherever team he played with. Now he's 13 or 14. There's 9 guys in the bullpen. A lot of guys don't play.
So great point. And that was back when also, Darren, that the guys in the bullpen, those were just the guys that weren't quite good enough to start.
Hey, man,
a lot of times, yeah. And I had to pick and choose my time to pitch. I always wanted the other team to score lots of runs. I get a chance to pitch because I used to be that 9th man on the staff.
Hey, by the way, folks, this man, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher. Fergie could hit a little bit too now.
Really?
He could swing the bat.
Yeah. Sobrano just broke my record. I had the record at 13 home runs. I think he's now got 17. But he's a horse too.
Yeah, he's a switch hitter. He can hit.
Yeah, he can play. He's a good ball player.
Handful of guys that were just your nemesis, toughest guys for you to face.
Clemente. Early in my career, I used to have to start 5 times against Pittsburgh. And then I went to the West Coast, and I had Willie McCuffey to contend with. Pretty tough hitter. And then the American League, I had K-Line and probably Harmon Killebrew were tough from time to time.
A couple of runners on. Isn't that interesting, Gracie? My father, same answer, Roberto Clemente.
I believe it.
He was tough on right-hand hitters, pitchers. I mean, he knew what to do. He understood what the game was all about. If you threw that slider out over the plate, he'd hit a bullet to the right center field. And if you threw anything in, he'd pull the ball. But McCovey was tough.
Stretch could hurt.
Oh, you make a mistake out over the plate, you hit it up the middle, you're going to get undressed in a heartbeat.
We were talking about Greg Maddux a moment ago. His brother Mike Maddux is the pitching coach for these Rangers. He pays a visit to his young left-hander Harrison after a single and a walk. We're speaking with Hall of Fame right-handed pitcher Ferguson Jenkins, native of Chatham, Ontario. Do you ever make your way north of the border?
I get home quite a bit. I have a foundation in St. Catharines.
Tell us about it.
We started it first with 1 golf outing supporting the Red Cross, and then we've now got 3, and we support juvenile diabetes, cancer research. My mother died of cancer, and she was blind, the CNIB, and we do a couple of boys and girls camps, big brothers, big sisters, and we try to raise as much money in a summer with those outings as we can. Yeah, $85,000, maybe $90,000 charities. We'll donate certain monies to different charities. Right now, $1.8 million in 10 years.
FergieandFriends.com, the FergieJenkinsFoundation.org. That's a wonderful. Tip of the cap to you, my friend.
Thank you. And we have a ball game in the spring that we don't donate money. The Ho-Ho Camp people in Mesa. This year, I think the game's going to be the middle of spring training. It's going to be part of the spring training game, probably the 15th or 16th of March. And we'll have a game. A lot of ex-Cubs. Jody.
Oh, Jody comes.
Keith
Jody
Moreland,
Davis.
Hey, Bill Buckner. Lee Smith pitch. I mean, it's a fun thing. Trouter comes.
Steve Trout comes?
Steve Trout comes.
Oh, Rainbow's something else.
Oh, man. He goes out there without a hat most of the time. Say, Rainbow, you put the uniform on. Put that hat on.
Rainbow is the epitome of left-handed pitcher.
You hear that, by the way, what he just said? That's you speaking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He says it on the air about players. That's
Don't wear your hat.
Don't wear your hat backwards. What
no.
the hell?
Thanks.
Forward.
Darren? So, yeah, I told Ken Griffey Jr. that on the air. He's still mad at me about that.
Yeah. He started that.
Oh, yeah.
Hat backwards. And what the heck's that all about?
Oh, see, I love that you're up here because it's good because Darren and I, we go back and forth. He's one of those newfangled player guys. He likes the hat backwards and, those guys that wear it sideways. Now that's all
easy
there.
now. Yeah. Easy.
So, and I'm like, wear it the proper way. And wear it.
Yeah, that's it, for sure.
So he handled his business the right way when he played?
Definitely.
Right there?
Gracie was professional all the way. I mean, Gracie, in the 80s, he probably got more hits than any other first baseman in baseball.
In the 90s.
90s? In the 90s? Okay. But, I mean, Gracie could play the game, and Gracie didn't mind mixing it up. Gracie might be the first guy in there if you knock somebody down. He was protecting his pitcher. I've seen him a few times get in there first.
Well, our bullpen was so bad, I didn't want them to have to come in.
It was a long run from the bullpen.
You had to protect Fergie and Sutton, those guys.
Yeah.
Or not Fergie, I mean like Maddux and those fellas.
Yeah, that was a fun deal. I mean, you knock people down. If they want to come out there, come on out there. They'd walk to first and sell some Wolf tickets. But if they wanted to come, they'd come. But they end up going to first base.
Yeah, and then they come and yell at me or something. What's the matter with him, man? Well, go talk to him about it. He's right there.
That's right.
There ain't
60
no
feet
bars.
away.
There ain't no bars between you.
That's it.
Ferguson Jenkins joins us up here in the broadcast booth, member of Baseball's Hall of Fame, while Max Scherzer may be inspired from the prowess that Fergie had with a bat in his hand. He has a chance to really, you probably relish this. Bases loaded.
Bases loaded. And you got the pitcher in a hole. You got to make him throw strikes. After you got through walking the bases loaded, make him give you a soft one right there so you can pound it.
That's a pitcher talking about hitting right there, too. And he could hit, like I said.
And there's nobody out. I mean, you got to be selective.
Yeah,
you
this
got to
is
wait
called
for
helping
a good,
yourself.
That's it. Wait for a good pitch and hit it hard.
That pitch is high, as he said. By the way, 6 home runs, Mark Grace, the same year that he had 30 complete games, won the Cy Young, 6 home runs.
6 homers. Wind was blowing out that year, wasn't it?
Definitely, yes, definitely.
Oh,
Wrigley Field a lot. That was the nice thing about it. The pitcher made a mistake. He tried to capitalize.
Well, you thought it through before you stepped into the box.
Well, a lot of times, one of the ex-pitchers on our ball club, remember Stoneman? He's now the general manager.
Bill Stoneman.
With the Angels.
Yes.
He hung a curveball to me, and you can't let that go by. Right.
Hey.
Put it up in the wind and went to left field, home run. So,
making pay a dear price.
That's it.
Oh, he struck him out.
Right over the top of that, it looked like a slider.
Didn't hit into a double play. That was important.
That's the key, right?
Now you got the leadoff guy coming up with just 1 out.
Well, there's some guys now, and we've talked a lot about when Mark played, when you played. There's some guys now that you enjoy playing the game? Guys that jump off the page.
You know who really is pitching really well, and he's hurt now? It's Holiday. Boy, Holiday.
Man.
I seen 2 games he pitched in Toronto. I was doing an appearance there, and he can dominate a game. And now you've got this young guy. He's with the Angels that won, I think, or Minnesota's won 10 games. I seen a game on TV he pitched. I can't think of his name.
10 games.
But Beckett is throwing pretty well. He's throwing really well. So there's some guys that, they know how to pitch, which is nice.
Well, the interesting thing is that's what you're talking about. You're talking about guys that kind of transcend different eras, I would imagine.
And the managers let them stay out there and pitch, which is good.
They've earned their trust. That guy, Dan Herron, he's the ace of the Diamondbacks. You'll love watching him pitch. Does he go tomorrow, Dan?
I believe so, yeah. I
want to be around tomorrow. I might get a chance to see him pitch.
He thinks the game through, Fergie. Really tries to be 3 steps ahead.
That's right. Cal McClish was my pitching coach most of the time when I was with the Phillies. He used to always reiterate to Rick Wise, Grant Jackson, myself, and Gary Wagner, you better know the first 3 hitters that's coming up every inning and how you're going to approach it.
Felipe Lopez, base hit left field. 1 run is in. Right behind, chugging on down, Miguel Montero. Lopez, a timely hit. He hasn't had many this year. For a guy who's hitting around 300, a chance to drive in runs, you bet we love it. The Diamondbacks lead it by a score of 4-0.
And the pitcher's glad he struck out and didn't hit him with a double play. So now, hey, he's got 4 runs to work with. I mean, and then hey, that's what it's all about.
That's how you win baseball games. Get the big hits with the bases loaded and take care of your pitcher. Look at that. These guys have been struggling. It's good to see right there.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks haven't been very happy, unfortunately, for most of this season.
Well, they got a lot of games left. I mean, you can recover if you're not too far deep in your division. But you got second half of the season, you got 81 games to play.
That's exactly right.
I mean, and if guys get healthy again, who knows what can happen.
Spoken like a Cub.
Yes, definitely. Because we never won anything, but we've been close.
Trust me. They couldn't have done it without us, huh, Fergie?
That's right. Hey, that second half of the season, we got 81 games. We could turn this thing around.
We had to say that a lot. We'd be at the All-Star break. We'd be about 21 out. Hey, there's a lot of season left, man. We get hot.
Turn it around, baby.
Turn it around.
Yeah.
Well done, Mark Grace. I like that. Truth serum. Mark's always good at that.
Hey, you got to be a total optimist when you play this game.
That's exactly.
I mean, never say die. Or you say to yourself, I'm putting on a salary run.
Hey, there's no doubt. There's such a thing as a salary.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we had 1-year contracts back then. We didn't have these 5 or 6 year contracts these guys had.
You were even similar to that, weren't you?
The longest contract I ever had was a 2-year deal, and that was here. That was here in Arizona. I went year to year, and I didn't mind it.
No,
I didn't mind that at all.
Made you work harder sometimes.
And if you play well, if you believe in yourself and you play well, you make a little more money on 1-year contracts than you do getting locked in for all that time.
Sure.
It's our treat to watch this young man play. Just 21 years old, Justin Upton.
Yeah.
And he is growing leaps and bounds daily.
He's a little stronger than his brother, isn't he?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. He's a little bigger as well.
So, I mean,
that doesn't look like a 21-year-old. I mean, he's a monster.
Another one.
Again? No, he didn't get that.
But one of the things you do when you're a kid, it's good. All right. Pleasure, guys.
That is our honor.
All right.
Hall of Famer Ferguson Jenkins joining us up in the booth.
All right.
Now that's television, folks. Fox Sports Arizona presents D-backs Baseball, brought to you by the top 3 Power Chevy dealers in the Valley and by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Back to live action, our great partners with Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Superstition Springs, helping to bring Diamondbacks baseball. And for Mr. Matt Harrison, I would imagine. Look at that. How about that? Oh, the eyes. Pitch misses away. Well, Mark Grace, how about that?
That was fun, wasn't it?
You think? Wow.
Yeah, he was great to spend a lot of time around. He just, you know, he was a coach. It wasn't very good teams that I was playing for that Fergie was part of the coaching staff, but you know, some very average pitchers he made a lot better.
Sure.
He really did.
Why am I not surprised? A lot of optimism, too. I tell you, just listening to that, your line was classic. This is the first big league at bat from Matt Harrison.
He's making Max Scherzer work. He's got a 3-2 count, fought off a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He looks a little hitterish up there, Darren.
Does he now?
Oh, he ball 4. Max,
first
you didn't do
ever
that,
at bat in the major leagues, and he walked him. Well, our key to the game is brought to you by our good friends with the Power Chevy dealers. Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Superstition Springs. No Lone Star.
Are you talking about the beer?
There's Andrew Jones. There's the way you like guys to wear their hat.
I don't know. It's not true. anything about letting the ball travel. No Lone Star?
No Lone Star.
Okay.
Not the beer. There's a Texan, by the way, on the right, Chris Young. We don't mean no Chris Young. He's out of the lineup. We don't mean that.
Well, the Lone Star State, the great state of Texas.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. So, just no Lone Star.
Well, it's multi. It has multi-layers. This is a truck key to the game. The guys in the truck came up with this. No Lone Star, which means no Texas. You have to beat Texas. But also, no Lone Star. Not one star for the Diamondbacks to win this game. Everyone's got to pitch in. Let's start all grabbing hold of the rope and everyone pitching in. Ian Kinsler pops it up. How about Mark Reynolds? You just become a better athlete when you play first base.
Well, you do, and it's nice to see after a terrible key to the game, it's nice to see a nice play. It's nice to see a nice play by first baseman Mark Reynolds.
Folks, on behalf of the truck, I really want to apologize that the good partners with the Power Chevy dealers, Brown & Brown, Superstition Springs.
Well, we apologize to our tremendous sponsors.
They're great
for that
partners.
Terrible, terrible key to the game.
We will not anymore
allow the truck to do any more keys to the game.
Nope. Sorry.
The Redheads are.
They're disgusted.
Even they're disgusted. We're sorry. Now there's the Longhorns. The Longhorns did some damage to the local boys, didn't they? ASU?
They did. A couple of late home runs to move them to the final round.
So that's what you're talking about for the no Lone Star.
Well, sure. I'll fight for
fans?
ASU. No doubt for the ASU fans. That one is by David Murphy. Popped foul and out of play, but that's not what it means.
Okay. Well, it's
because we have some Wildcats in the truck. That's why. Goodness gracious.
I got you.
Marty Tarr, though, our fine director, he's an Arizona State alum. Out front, he hit a changeup.
Did him a favor.
Well, let's double back, because obviously every changeup thrown is not a bad changeup, or every slider thrown is not a bad one. But it does seem that these guys are still not really catching up with the fastball outside of Michael Young.
And when you've got a great fastball, and he also struck out Murphy with a high fastball his first time. You know, sometimes when you try to trick a hitter with the off-speed pitch, you end up tricking yourself. I think he did him a favor there. Now Murphy took advantage. Got something he can handle and just flipped it out into right for a base hit.
And if you're Max and you don't believe, you have to obviously stride forward. This is a catcher with not a ton of experience in the big leagues. A couple of seasons is all, and he calls his own game. They don't look into the dugout for the signs. Coming further each and every day, but you have to believe, have conviction. Now, if that's the case, that's all well and good. 1-0 the count to Michael Young.
Miguel Montero going out to settle the youngster down.
What makes Michael Young such a good hitter, Mark Graves?
He just can hit from line to line. He's got power. He can just hurt you in so many ways. I mean, he can hit all the pitches. He can hit the fastball. We saw that in the first inning with the triple off the center field wall. There's a good change up there. But you know, he can hurt you pulling the ball. He can drive the ball the other way. When you're tough to defense, when you can't set your defense against somebody, Darren, that's what makes you a tough hitter. That's what makes you a great hitter. Well, he got out hanging slider there, and he missed it.
You know, it's funny you talk about the defense, Mark Grace. And they're playing him right now in right center field. Parra is. Here's that hanger.
Oh, boy. Michael Young didn't miss that one very often.
So if he pulls the ball in the left center field, it is wide open. The 1-2. Got him with a slider.
That was a much better one. That was one of those situations, Darren. It wasn't that slider that struck him out. It was the slider before that he didn't do anything with that led to the strikeout. Let's watch the entire sequence. That's a good way to start your day. Beautiful changeup. That's the one. Missing that one led to the good slider. Nice job there by Max.
I agree with you. If you're going to come back and throw some strikes, that pitch in, the first pitch, not a bad pitch at all.
That certainly got the attention of the great hitter in Michael Young. You get 95 under your chin.
Yeah. Marlon Byrd, slider over the inside corner. There's a strike. Last time out in Kansas City for Max as Young looks on now. 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. He won 12-5, and he beat Zach Greinke. Good fastball misses in. 1-1 the count. Well over 100 pitches, 109 to be exact.
Just went right down the middle with that fastball, and Bird was tardy.
Funny thing about Bird this year, he's hitting righties. I mean, at a pretty high clip, hitting 321 against them, just 211 against lefties. But Max has the stuff to buck those numbers. There's just no doubt about it. The 1-2. Missed his spot, still couldn't do anything with it. They wanted it higher than high there. And he threw it right down the middle. Nelson Cruz waits on deck. Again, trying to get it up. There we go. Not interested. 2-2 the count. Max has never pitched against the Texas Rangers. The 2-2. Fastball is in the Bird.
Well, what do you throw here, 3-2, Darren Sutton, with the runners in motion? Do you stay with the fastball, or do you maybe try to break out that slider?
I like the fastball.
I like the slider. Let's see what he goes with.
All right. He went with the slider. It's bang down the line. Over the corner it goes. 1 run is in. Stop the runner at third. A double, just 1 RBI there. 4-1 the score.
So I told you I liked the fastball.
Well, let's see where it was, too. That's really what matters.
Yeah, he left it right in the middle of the plate, unfortunately, for Max. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Really, Diamondbacks get a break that he hit it so hard that Murphy wasn't able to score. So the leadoff walk to the opposing pitcher comes back to harm Max Scherzer. Now he's got work to do just to keep this a 1-run inning.
He does have work to do. As Cruz has the fastball blown by him. If I'm Dave Anderson in that position and we know the team better than anyone, though they study him, I'm saying come on down.
Absolutely. I say the same thing. I think he could have easily scored, and Diamondbacks got a break there.
A huge break.
So you just take advantage if you're Max. And by all intents and purposes, it should be a 4-2 ball game right now.
The 1-1. Changeup. Boy, nice job by Montero. Gracie, we were talking about those 3 games in Seattle, and I will tell you this about Miguel, because Snyder's on the DL plate every day. Things are starting to look a little bit better for him behind the plate defensively. Starting to throw a little more online and just getting the reps. Maybe that'll help. Slider in that dangerous spot again.
And Max is having trouble getting that slider to the outer portion of the plate. We saw it once. We saw it on the strikeout of Michael Young. But there's another slider that just stays right on the inside part of the plate. Boy, that is dangerous. Leaving it in there to these big Ranger hitters. Back to the gas away. That was a pretty good pitch right there. Really good hitting by Cruz there just to foul it off.
Too many pitches. He is now at 60 pitches. Always a concern when you look at Max Scherzer. The 2-2. Fastball again. Couldn't do anything with it. That's twice he's been beaten by a common, if you will, Max Scherzer fastball. Marlon Byrd drove in 1. Could have been 2.
Marissa, Amanda, and Zoe, the 3 newest members of the Redheads. What do you say there, Marissa? What do you say about this game?
It's fun.
It's fun. And go D-backs. She brought the cowbell. Can you ring the cowbell for us? All right. The Redhead section is having fun. It's our McDonald's poll question from out here in the Redhead section. We want to know what you think the best city in Texas is, because the D-backs are playing the Rangers tonight. Is it Dallas, Houston, Austin, or San Antonio? Text your vote to 74499. We're going to get them texting out here in the Redhead section, guys. As a former resident of 3 of those cities, I'm going to abstain from the voting for not wanting to anger anybody that might be watching.
All right, Big Mac. Hey, Big Mac, before we lose you,
Yes,
is he
sir.
still there?
Yeah.
At some point, you need to head over and see the Rouse family reunion. How about this?
I will.
These folks have been all over the country, and they've chosen to have their family reunion here at the ballgame.
We will definitely
If
do
you have
that.
a chance. I mean, if you have a chance.
You know what, Marissa here, I'm going to bring her in the cowbell. Can you ring it one more time for us? Say go D-backs.
D-backs.
There's a good portion of the Rouse family reunion from Arizona, California, Atlanta, South Carolina, Washington, D.C., Maryland. They're all together here tonight, and they chose Mark Grace, the Redhead section.
And we're thrilled to have them out there and thrilled to have them with us.
0-1 the count, Gerardo Parra.
That's a good way to enjoy a family reunion. Take it on out to the ballpark.
0-1 the count to Parra. We've already seen some action in this bullpen for the Texas Rangers. And there's been a frame of mind that has been endorsed and pressed forward by Nolan Ryan that I expect all of you to pitch deeper into games, including you, Matthew Reed Harrison. One guy that has is Kevin Millwood. He's over 7 innings per start this year. He's having a newfound season.
Yeah, unfortunately for Harrison, it's just been a struggle. He's been getting hit pretty hard here in the early going. He's already about to throw his 60th pitch as well here with nobody out in the 3rd.
But it was great listening to Ferguson Jenkins and his philosophy when he pitched and the way he viewed it. 30 of 39 starts completed.
Isn't that amazing? He probably had that pitch count. Probably had that 100 pitch count, don't you think?
I'm going to guess no.
No?
No. I mean, it's just a guess. I wasn't a teammate or a broadcaster of his. Wish I would have been. Either one.
Would have been fun to cover those games.
Copper hanging around.
And he wasn't lying either. He worked fast, and, well, he didn't walk anybody down, obviously. He had great command of his pitches. But his games were over in about 2 hours.
And that's the one thing funny Millwood was saying as he has rediscovered himself, Kevin, that he's finding himself earlier in counts. Get a decision, get something done, throw some strikes, let your defense work. That went to left field, run out there, it's a foul ball. Don't forget, browse from the largest selection of authentic team gear, hats and t-shirts, jerseys, and collectibles. Get team gear straight from the source. Visit dbacks.com/shop. We're putting quite an at-bat on him. Hanging around, grounds to short. There's one. That is a double play. You know what? Let's hear from Kevin Millwood as we continue the subject that Ferguson Jenkins talked about, one that Ryan believes in, Nolan that is, pitching deep into games. Let's listen to Kevin.
The physical part is just preparing your body. The mental part of it for me is, I'm just trying to get guys out quick. I don't want to strike a bunch of guys out. I want to get guys to hit the ball, early in the count and let my defense work for me. And so far, it's been working well.
Getting guys out early in the count.
Getting guys out quick. Eric Burns swings at the first pitch and fouls out to end the inning.
We'll hear from Kevin Millwood on that subject, and team president Nolan Ryan here as the game goes along.
to work. And readies himself to face Jared Saltalamacchia. Now I'm told, Gracie, you are going to love this question. Who was the last Ranger to lead the American League in home runs? The last Ranger to lead the league in home runs. Now that is a good question. Change up to Saltalamacchia, misses away. 1-0 the count to Jared. Turns that one around, ready for that pitch. And a base hit into right field for the Rangers catcher. Cool. This thing might be a hint of water. Chlorine. Jim Chlorine.
Well, I think Jim Chlorine. Oh, you are something special, Mr. Sutton.
Chris Davis.
Is that your?
No. He's in the batter's box. Mr. Davis has battled the strikeouts this year.
A lot. He's on a monster pace. But when he connects, he can hit it a long, long ways. Max goes to 96 miles an hour on that fastball. On this beautiful evening in the desert. Gosh, the roof is open. The panels are open.
Still mild evenings, Mark Grace.
Love it.
Still can step outside and enjoy your yard in the evening as that one is fouled back.
That's why we live here.
Yeah.
This time of year. This is such a gorgeous ballpark when the roof is open and the panels are open. Tough to beat for beauty.
He threw him a changeup, base hit right field. So Davis, he's 1 for 2 with a strikeout.
Shortstop.
Once again, I think Max does these Rangers a favor when he throws them the changeup. He's just blowing fastballs right by Davis, and he just decides to lay a changeup in the middle of the zone. He gives up a base hit.
Elvis Andrus grounded back to the mound back in the second inning, leading all rookies in the American League with hits and runs, total bases, and triples. And it was his talent that created a little bit of a stir anyway. The media might have contributed to the stir, but the movement of Michael Young from shortstop to third base, his willingness. They were ready to give this man a chance in the major leagues, and to move a shortstop to third, they needed his blessing. He's the franchise player. Young is.
And a Gold Glover.
Yeah, Young is.
A Gold Glove shortstop, Michael Young, being asked to move over to third base. And at first, that's like, huh? But Ron Washington, having talked with him, said, this is what we had to do, and Michael, you need to grasp this. And then all it took, Darren, was that was popped into left. Burns is right there for an easy out. But all it took was for Michael Young to play with Young Andrus for about 10 days in spring training. He said, you know what, we're going to be a better team with him at short and me at third base. And that's the kind of teammate Michael Young is.
And though they're struggling right now, they're in first place.
Yes. And plus he's got a cool name, Elvis Andrus. That's just a big league name right there. Come on.
I'll give you that. Matt Harrison will be asked to bunt. I would imagine not very comfortably right now. He did walk, though, amazingly enough, in his first major league plate appearance back in the third.
Yep,
right
didn't really,
that one.
Didn't really have his heart into that effort there. But he did draw a walk off of Max Scherzer his first time up. He came around and scored. The Lone Ranger run. Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, the Lone Ranger run.
Ah, it's good to have me back, isn't it, Darren?
Well, I guess. 1-1 the count to Harrison.
Oh, come on. The Candyman couldn't come up with Lone Ranger for you, could he?
No.
Candyman, you know what? I actually got to see Sunday's game.
Oh, did you now?
You and the Candyman sounded
good for you.
great together. I watched every bit of it.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Flights to Seattle, huh?
No.
1-2 the count.
I got in from Detroit a little bit earlier than you guys did from Seattle.
Mm-hmm. How was the Motor City?
The Motor City, the weather was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Nice day.
It's a pretty ballpark.
It's a gorgeous ballpark in Detroit. You know.
Bunted that one. That's a strikeout. Don't forget, by the way, about fireworks coming up Friday. Be sure to get tickets this week. I know Gracie loves Friday fireworks here at Chase Field. The D-backs take on the Angels are coming to town at 6:40. Oh, Sosha's boys are coming. Get tickets today, 602-514-8400, or visit dbacks.com.
Those Angels have righted the ship.
Here they come.
Although the Dodgers kind of stopped their steamroll there for a while. Do I hear some knocking?
Yep. Mike Sosha banging on Ron Washington's door.
Oh, really?
Ron, coming in.
It's me, Mike.
It's me, Mike. I just want to let you know I'm coming in. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yeah, I am. And I've been here before. I know this room.
He knows that driver's seat, doesn't he?
The 1-0. A slider. Kinsler turns it around. This time Anderson says, come on down easily.
Well, Darren, I'm sorry. He has blown away Ian Kinsler with fastballs his first two at-bats. One a strikeout, one a broken bat pop-up. So what's he do? Doggone it, he throws him a slider, hangs it, and Kinsler just smokes it into left. I'm glad I'll never be able to figure out pitchers.
Here's David Murphy. Pours a fastball in there, 0-1 the count.
Max about to throw pitch number 80 now here in the fourth inning. Starting to pile up.
That changeup misses. Max Scherzer with 18.1, a little bit over 18 pitches per inning pitched. Of all current major leaguers, only Jonathan Sanchez has a higher total at 19.
Change up down in the dirt that time. Murphy couldn't lay off of it.
And same thing with plate appearances. Nearly 4.5 pitches per batter.
Well, when you're a strikeout pitcher, you're going to have higher pitch counts, but I think Max will tell you that's still's got to get a little more economical with his pitches. And try to get deeper into ball games, like Fergie Jenkins was talking with us, like Nolan Ryan has installed into his Ranger pitchers, like Kevin Millwood was telling us about for a very, very short time.
That one popped up a fastball. He could do nothing with it. He has had an electric fastball tonight. Ian Kinsler was fortunate to get a slider. He spun it right around. He drove it around, and with that, we've got ourselves a ball game. Chase Field. Hit it here, they say, and with good reason. As Miguel Montero punts it there. And it's a foul ball. You see, it's the Gila River Casinos hit and win in it. A lucky fan watching on Fox Sports Arizona will win tonight's jackpot mark race of $370,000.
That's a lot of glue.
Growing by $10,000 every time the prize isn't won. Paula Burgess. Paula Burgess, good luck to you. Hit it here. Our good friends with Gila River Casinos.
Ooh, boy, Miguel Montero got a hanging slider there. He could have hit it there for $370,000. But he was only able to foul it back. Boy, take a look at this one. Ooh-wee.
Miguel, his whole career, has hung in there pretty good against lefties, hitting .268 against left-handed pitching. That ball bounced, foul ball, Mike Everett says.
No argument from Saltalamacchia.
From May 26th until coming off the DL, making the start on June 17th, Harrison had some shoulder inflammation. It cost him time on the disabled list. He's made 10 starts this year. Broke his bat, good pitch in. And in time for the out there to make the plays, Ian Kinsler. All right, let's answer this fabulous Aflac trivia question.
Well, I think I know this one. I think he plays for the Yankees now, doesn't he?
The last Ranger to lead the American League in home runs. Alex Rodriguez. By the way, we showed the pool a moment ago. That was supposed to be our hint. He never hit a ball into the pool.
Nope. He's got credit for it, but he never did.
Never hit one into the pool. We love our good friends and partners with Ride Now Power Sports. We are so glad they're a part of the pool this year. But Alex never hit one into the pool.
No, he didn't.
Never has.
He got credit for it, but he didn't.
And as that one misses in, I've been waiting for Mike McNally to fix the records, and hopefully he will. He's busy dropping foul balls.
Wipe the slate clean.
I like either one.
Oh, you missed me, didn't you, Darren?
Good to have you back.
Wiped the plate clean. Wow, that was big league.
Probably shouldn't say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
The 1-1.
Nothing big league about that.
No, there really isn't. There's Mike. He's eyeing the pool right now as we speak. Certainly, if there's a baseball that comes up that way, he will be hiding underneath that desk, using his computer as a shield. He is a great director of media relations. He is a terrible fielder.
Terrible. Well, he chooses to run. And you can hear him squealing all the way over there.
He's looking at the pool now for sure.
Yep.
That one is high. He's taking a look out with our Ride Now Power Sports pool cam. What a great spot. See those 2 baseballs?
Yes,
Alex Rodriguez never had a baseball go into the pool.
No. It's true. He's got credit for it, but it never went in the pool. Ever. Max Scherzer going to be asked to bunt here.
By the way, we're looking right now for the video evidence, what we're speaking of, kind of digging it back out from that telecast. I gotta be honest. I've been disappointed in things in my life, but I've never been more disappointed when I saw that video.
No, it's not a splash hit. It's just not.
1-1 the count.
I mean, I'd love to see the difference between a splash hit, you know, a ball in the pool and a ball not. You think we can find that footage?
Max drops down a good one. Nice job. And a sacrifice bunt for Scherzer. Now wait a minute.
Okay, that's me.
Strikeout number 5.
And this is a ball going into the pool.
Oh yeah, look at that splash.
Splash, Jen. Okay,
you betcha.
That's a splash home run.
That's good stuff. We're digging for the other evidence.
Oh, okay, good. But that's what a splash home run looks like, right?
That is. Felipe Lopez.
He got a big hit. 2-run base hit his last time up.
And he needed that, Mark Grace. This season hitting just 154 with runners in scoring position. In the month of June, only 2 extra base hits and 86 at bats. Not really driving the ball. And to have a timely hit, certainly good for Felipe Lopez. He's getting his singles. He is hitting 17 of 18, but he will tell you, I can drive the ball a little bit more than I am.
And he can. He's right. He can drive it left-handed or right-handed. See if he can hit a gapper here. Oh, boy, he got a good fastball there from Harrison. Swung right through it.
Took a swing at it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, a good firm swing.
He let it rip.
The left-hander, North Carolina, born and raised. Braves #3 pick in 2003. That pitch is high. He had committed to play at NC State before the Braves made an offer that he couldn't refuse. And he pitched his way prior to the 07 season to the #3 prospect in their organization. And with that team, that's saying something. 2-2.
Just missed. Tried to come inside with that 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So now Felipe Lopez has worked it to a full count. There's Mike Maddox, Texas Ranger pitching coach.
The 3-2. Fouled that one back.
Good rip at that fastball. Fouled it straight back. Both pitchers really working hard out here. 81 pitches now for Harrison. The Rangers are making Max Scherzer work equally hard.
Lopez, base hit, left field. Roberts, come on down. Murphy up with it. The throw to the plate, not in time. Felipe into second. Lopez with a couple of timely hits in this ball game, and again, he's been seeking those a lot this year. Coming up empty, not tonight.
Well, it's always nice to answer a run when the opponent scores a run in the top half of the inning. A big 2-out hit by Felipe Lopez. Plates Ryan Roberts. A really good throw there from Murphy. As that ball's hit hard. Roberts hits the bat perfectly. And slides in just ahead of the throw. We got a meeting on the mound. Mike Maddox is once again talking to his young left-hander.
Don't forget, Mark Grace, at any time the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations. I'm all in with that.
I am so all in with that. So if they get another run here, the Diamondbacks, I can go get 3 free tacos if I just purchase a large drink tomorrow between what time?
4 and 6.
Get there. Doggone it, I want those tacos.
And you know, my family, they're summer vacationing back in the Midwest, so I'm not much of a cook. So I'll definitely need those. I'm hungry. I need those tacos.
I've heard vicious rumors, though, Darren, that you're a pretty good cook these days.
I'm getting better.
Something about some scallops?
Mm-hmm. There haven't been any repercussions in the stomach yet.
No? Okay. Yeah, you don't cook those scallops just right. That'll make your boiler go south.
0-1 the count to Drew. That one is in. 1-1 the count. Stevens singled back in the first inning, fought off a fastball in and dumped it over the shortstop's head. Struck out in the second inning. And again, was hitless in the stop in Seattle. Breaking ball, base hit, right field. Cruz is up with it. Double pumps. That allows the 6th run to cross the plate. The Diamondbacks lead it over the Rangers 6-2 for Stephen Drew, his 28th RBI of the year. They're having fun at the family reunion out there. Having fun at the ballpark.
Well, Diamondbacks really doing a good job today. Getting mistakes and hammering them. Slider stays in the middle of the plate. Stephen Drew rips it into right field. And it's taco time, Darren Sutton. Got a pitching change. Ron Washington has seen enough. And I love tacos. But I don't like them with arms.
Well, I'm pretty sure that those that you pick up tomorrow won't. That's just an animated character, Mark Grace.
Those aren't the tacos I'm going to get tomorrow?
No, you'll get real tacos.
Armless, good.
Speaking of animated characters, Gracie and I will be back in a minute. Top of your home if you are able. Go green this summer. More sun here than any place in the United States of America. Take advantage and help the environment.
Oh, I love it when you go green, Darren.
Justin Upton twice has tried to drive the ball to right. Once he's been rewarded with a home run as the veteran Jason Jennings comes in and fires a breaking ball for strike one. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen.
If the name sounds familiar, it might be. He spent a lot of time in the National League West with the Colorado Rockies. Jason Jennings now finds himself in the bullpen with the Texas Rangers.
Stuff-wise, what was he sporting with the Rockies?
I actually faced Jason early in his career. He was the Rookie of the Year. And he had a good sinker and a pretty good, what I would call a slurve. Somewhere between a slider and a curve. It's a big slider and an occasional changeup. Injuries have kind of derailed what really it was a promising career.
Yeah, I would agree with you. The injuries have hurt him immensely.
Good athlete. This guy can hit. He's a pitcher that can hit, Darren. Didn't get to with Texas. Oh, boy, he went right down Broadway to Justin Upton. Justin fouled it straight back. Boy, this is center cut. Look where he wants it. Oh, baby, that pitch was right down the middle. Justin would love to have that one back. Let's see if he gets another mistake from Jason Jennings.
Justin with a 2-run home run back in the first inning. His on-base percentage is .402 now this year. He's slugging .595. He is a tick below 1,000 in on-base plus slugging percentage, which puts him amongst the elite, the rarefied air in Major League Baseball. He hits that one on a lightning bolt to the right center field. That one is down. Justin is on the move. Touches second, he'll stop right there. Coming on around to score is Stephen Hewitt. Justin Upton gets it done again.
You're talking about a special young man in Justin Upton. He got another mistake, this time a hanging breaking ball, and he just smokes it into right center. Take a listen to the bat of Justin. Oh, golly.
So now Mark Reynolds takes a breaking ball. The only players in the National League with on-base plus slugging above 1,000 are Albert Pujols, Raul Ibanez, Adrian Gonzalez, Brad Hawk, Prince Fielder, and Justin Upton. It just went over 1,000.
Well, he's certainly making his all-star game push.
Well, at this point, to me, it shouldn't even be a consideration.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of those guys you mentioned is out sky to right field. Justin's not going to get the vote, but he could get selected, not elected.
Felipe with an RBI. Stephen Drew drives in a run. And then all-star Justin.
For Texas, third baseman Michael Young.
Back at the ballpark, Max Scherzer getting ready to go back to work. Diamondbacks lead it by a score of 7-2. Is that one a changeup? No, that's 93 miles an hour. It had the good sink to it, though, like a changeup. Just turned the fastball over just enough.
Same spot, different result.
Couple of two-seam fastballs, Mark Grace. Doesn't throw too many of those. That was a changeup. It was up. Michael Young tripled on a fastball. That one is chopped foul. One and two the count. Seven runs for the Diamondbacks. 2 for the Rangers.
Good pitch. Just buried a fastball in on him. Justin comes in and makes an easy play. I just like it when this kid uses his fastball and uses it a lot. Even though he misses his spot, Montero wants it away, but he goes to the inside corner. And he beats Michael Young with that fastball. And that is a good fastball hitter in Michael Young.
All right, and now Marlon Byrd. Just a little bit low to Marlon. 1-0 the count. change up, and Montero quickly points at that left shoulder, the lead shoulder, saying you're open up just a little bit early. On 2-0. That's much better. Pours a fastball right down the middle. 2-1 the count.
Well, Max getting it and going. Nice pitch there. Look at him just staying right on the rubber. Taking his sign, and let's go. I like that.
Fergie Jenkins would be proud of that. Fastball couldn't catch up with it. And into the seats it goes. You know who we saw this weekend, Mark Grayson?
Who's that?
Just that was Jared Washburn.
Oh, yeah. Jared,
I mean, boom,
Jared's
boom,
one of
boom.
those guys. Give me the ball. I'm going to throw it quickly.
Want to remind everyone about our Quest high-speed internet. High-speed pitch. Both these guys with some high octane. Matt Harrison getting 96.
96.
You see the radar gun is fibbing. The 2-2.
Oh, a change up after all those fastballs. Max got a little extra bounce in his step this inning. I guess when you throw change ups like that, that'll get a little extra pep in his step. That's a heck of a pitch there. Way out in front of it was Marlon Byrd. Starting to pile up the strikeouts here, Darren. That's 7 strikeouts now here with 2 outs in the 5th.
He has beaten Nelson Cruz twice with fastballs.
Gas.
Similar to that location, just not that far in.
Up and in, and Nelson Cruz nowhere near it.
Cruz has flown out to center twice in this game. Max.
Look at Max just standing right on the mound. Get in the box, let's go. Get in the box, let's go. Put down something, Miguel Montero. I'm going to throw it. That's a change up and a flinch from home plate umpire Mike Everett, but not a strike. Oh, he is working fast. I love this. Change up.
And the count is 1-2 on that change of pace. The 1-2. Fastball didn't get it high enough, but still Stephen Drew recovers and makes a fine play. Ended up off balance. When you work quickly, you get plays like this behind you.
And welcome back. The Diamondbacks with a big lead on the Texas Rangers, and the folks in the redhead section are fired up. A great place to bring the entire family, and we mean the entire family. Joined now by Connie Rouse-Wimberly, having a family reunion out here. Why did you choose the redhead section for the family reunion?
Because I love love Gracie.
Really?
I love you too, honey.
He says he loves you too. Now, can he be an honorary member of the family? There's 41 of you here?
Most definitely. We'll make him 42.
I would love to get out there and join him.
He's in. He's definitely in. Now, who cooks for all of these people you've chosen the redhead section, people from all over the country? Who cooks for everybody?
Look at us. We're all cooks.
Well, I think we might have to come over here for dinner. Come up. What are the rest of the activities for the Rouse family reunion along with the redhead section?
Well, tomorrow a portion of us are going out to the Grand Canyon, and we're having a luau at the hotel we're staying at.
Wow, a luau. That sounds fun. And
I like luau's.
Gracie, he likes luau's.
Oh, no, we have a barbecue. It's going to be great.
You hear that, Gracie?
I heard
barbecue, luau. We'll see you on Thursday.
I will be there, and you may never see me again. I might just drown myself in barbecue sauce.
Good stuff, Big Mac. Tell him congratulations from all of us.
Thank you so much.
The Rouse family will show on our post-game hit up here from the booth the gift that they gave Gracie and I. We are honored to have it. And we'll show you on the post-game show what that gift is. You'll enjoy it. Very generous people. Burns goes after the first pitch and grounds out. And of course, don't forget, we're running out of dates to pack the house out there as they did again tonight. Baseball's best fan section. I guess baseball's family reunion section, Mark Gray.
I think that's so cool.
At the end of July, the Philadelphia Phillies come to town. The New York Mets then in August. And then September 27th, the San Francisco Giants. Proceeds go to D-backs charities. We raised $40,000 for the community last year. And it's just a good time.
Well, and also look at the teams. The world champion Philadelphia Phillies, the New York Mets, and then the rival San Francisco Giants. And that inning took about 6 seconds.
Didn't even play Miguel's big song before he dug in. One of my favorite ones.
No, it's not. At times with his fastball. By far his best pitch of the night has been the fastball. Gotten in trouble a couple of times with some off-speed pitches, but for the most part, once again, very impressive.
You can see how he has done his work this year. Just about dead even ground ball to fly ball pitcher. Doesn't really classify as either one. Jared Saltalamacchia.
Gas.
He just rears back and blows a fastball right by him.
Well, he elevates that fastball just above the belt, Darren Sutton. That thing just explodes on hitters. Change up right behind it for a strike.
Pretty pitch there. 100 pitches. Saltalamacchia out of Royal Palm Beach High School in Florida. From another changeup, drifted out front. Was the Braves' 36th overall pick, first round pick in 2003. Atlanta picked him #1 switch hitter. And just 23 years old to open the season. That fastball is high. Bright future ahead of this young man, Mark Grace.
He was the main cog in that Mark Teixeira deal. The Rangers wanted this kid. He was kind of at a dead end with the Atlanta Braves, playing behind Brian McCann, another star young catcher. So he welcomed the opportunity to go play and become an everyday catcher in the major leagues with the Texas Rangers. And Ron Washington said he has improved leaps and bounds offensively and behind the plate. His leadership skills. He's starting to become the backbone of Ron Washington's club.
The thing about young catchers, it takes them a while to get their legs under them in that area. A change-up and stay back enough to pull it into right field. Saltalamacchia has singled a couple of times. And you can see the Firestone leaderboard. Home runs in the American League, the Yankees in that pinball ballpark, and then the Rangers are second.
Yeah, new Yankee Stadium is kind of arena baseball, isn't it?
You haven't done a national game, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, then isn't it funny? The new home of the Mets, the opposite.
The exact.
It's a
it
pitcher's
plays
ballpark.
huge. Plays huge.
Looking forward to going there. City Field.
I think I'm missing that one with you, unfortunately, because I want to go there. There's back-to-back fastballs to get to 0-2. Because we go there pretty soon, don't we?
Could someone just say something to me, folks?
Are you not talking to me? Are we not on speaking terms right now?
0-2. So you're not going to New York either.
Well,
Wheel
I'm not
Tapper.
sure.
No stops at the Wheel Tapper.
Well, I'm not sure yet. We're going pretty soon, aren't we?
Not real happy about that. Let's see the visit to New York. Oh, you'll be there.
Good.
Went with a high fastball. I'll tell you why you'll be there. You may be doing a game on the weekend somewhere.
Right.
Diamondbacks are in New York the 31st, which is a Friday, the 1st, which is a Saturday, the 2nd, which is a Sunday, and the 3rd, which is a Monday.
I will be there then.
You'll be there for part of it.
I may be able to get back for Sunday's game. Sunday's game and Monday's game, which means Wheel Tapper time.
The Wheel Tapper, one of the great stops in the National League. The 1-2. Fastball away. 112 pitches, and I think the hope is here as he grinds through this inning that he can get some decisions pretty quickly. With Max, it's not the velocity that leaves, it's maybe the command. Love to get him through 6.
Now all of a sudden now he's starting to miss up and away, which is a surefire sign of starting to get a little weary out there. Flying open a little bit, forcing things. All he's got to do is just go middle in with a fastball here, and he should be able to get Chris Davis on strikes. Davis, a big swing and miss guy, but also very strong. But they're going away again, and that's where he's struggling to get it.
Davis struggles with the strikeout, well over 100 this season already. See if he can put him away. Lifted left field. Eric Burns is there, and he makes the play for the out.
That's as good as a strikeout, Darren.
Oh, you bet. Hey, don't forget, by the way, about Saturday, Mark Grace.
What's going on?
70s Day, so you can wear your favorite 70s garb to the ballpark.
Are you gonna dress up?
I will be in attendance dressed in 70s gear because the game is on Fox. You'll be working up here in the broadcast booth.
And we'll get the old afro like that.
It's a day game now. Day game, folks. 602-514-8400. I'll be sitting in the seats with you folks.
Oh, You're not.
It's a Fox game.
Oh.
I wasn't invited. Maybe next time.
That's somebody talking to me.
I wish I could do it, my friend. Nothing better in this world than 2 words: extra income.
Good point. You're going back to the wheel tapper. 2 of my favorite words are pretty abundant there, and that's my 2 favorite colors: black and tan.
Oh, very good. Speaking of colors, I was very proud to see Tara Trzynski, who's kind of the heartbeat behind the redhead section.
Right. Does a great job.
Those shirts that the folks are wearing out there in the redhead section.
Big league.
Sonoran sand. That's what
Sonoran
color they are.
Sand?
Yes, they are.
That's my favorite color. There's those Sonoran Sand.
Bouncing ball. Gets by. Long throw again. Got it! Stephen Drew. Ron Washington will come out to discuss it, but a fabulous play by Drew. Gets the pretty fleet of foot Elvis Andrus.
Ron Washington not happy at all with Brian Gorman, the first base umpire, but I really believe Gorman got this call right. There's the play deep into the hole, and I can't believe he got enough on the throw. He was out.
He was
That's
out.
a good call by Brian Gorman. He was out, and a good stretch there by Mark Reynolds. Elvis Andrus can't believe it, but he'll find out when he sees the replay that Brian Gorman got that call right. What a play by Stephen Drew.
Stevens made a couple of nice plays. He made that play to get Nelson Cruz in the 5th. The only reason he leapt on that play, just you could tell couldn't get his footing, but knew he had to get rid of the ball. Jason Jennings, as you said, he can hit, and he's hitting for himself here. Well, he really must be able to hit.
He can hit. But right now, if I'm a pinch hitter or if I'm a bench player for these Rangers, I'm probably not real pleased right now that he was hitting for himself there, down by 5.
Couldn't agree with you more. Max Scherzer will take it. This should wrap up his evening. He had a little help from his friends like Stephen Drew. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Still am kind of stuck that Jason Jennings just hit, to be real honest with you. It's a different league, that National League and that American League, isn't it?
Well, in a word, yes. There's got to be somebody on that bench that might be able to put some thunder into a ball and get you back in the ball game. Jason Jennings was the chosen one. Yeah, he's a good hitting pitcher, but bottom line is he's a good hitting pitcher, not a good hitting hitter.
Got Andrew Jones. He's down there.
Yeah. There's Andrew.
He's homered in 3 of his last 5 games. Hank Blaylock. Next RBI will be his 500.
Wade Boggs.
That's actually Brandon.
Oh.
Yeah, Brandon.
Thought they might have had the Hall of Famer. That's a called strike 3 there on Ryan Roberts. Good pitch there from Jason Jennings. Right on the inside corner, and that just locks up Ryan Roberts, and that's a called strike 3.
So for Roberts, a couple of walks tonight, a run scored, and now a strikeout. It's been a tougher June than the May he was really able to enjoy. And here is Tony Clark. 0-1 the count to TC. I'll tell you, Tony had the play that you'll never see again. Tony will tell you to end the game in Seattle when Clark at first base did not handle a throw that was one he'll tell you he handles every time. And my favorite part about that, if you can take anything positive from it, is that he stood there in front of his locker. Here's the play that ended the game on Sunday. And Mark Gracie was one of the first guys showered up, ready to go, standing in front of his locker.
And face the music.
Absolutely. I dropped the ball. It was my fault.
That's why he's a pro.
Fly ball left field, pretty well struck. But there to make the play is David Murphy. Howard Jack in the box. Outside of the box. You start in, you're outside of the box. Felipe for him. Outside of the box, hitting with runners in scoring position. It's been a tough go this year. You know what? Not tonight, Gracie.
2 for 2. 2 big base hits with 2 outs to drive in 3 runs. The Greek national anthem has 158 verses.
2 away, 7-2. The Diamondbacks lead it. 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Rangers. They've stranded 7. For the Diamondbacks, 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. They've stranded 3. One and one the count.
Nice breaking ball there from Jason Jennings.
Two and one. This homestand for the Diamondbacks takes it through the weekend when the Angels come to town.
You're looking forward to those Angels coming to town, aren't you? Look at Felipe Lopez. This is extra bases there in second.
You bet it is. Racing on around. Hustling. Look at those legs go for Lopez. A triple. His first of the season.
Well, that was a bolt. Tried to come inside, went back to the middle, and Felipe Lopez flips one, if you will, out in the right center field. Well, that ball was hit hard. And he just never stops running. Hits every bag perfect and eases into third with a stand-up triple.
What a bat flip, though.
That was big league.
Lopez is at third. That one dives low. 1-0 the count. Extra base hits for Lopez. Look at this. The throw back. He just swiped it. How about that?
Throw back from the catcher. Got away. And now Sapulamaki is saying, hey, I called for timeout. Mike Evers saying, well, you might have called for it, but I didn't give it to you.
That's exactly right. Time has to be granted. Lopez had that ball get by. Everyone was nice and easy going about it. And Felipe said, you're going to give it. I'm going to take it.
Let's take a look at what happened. There's the ball in the dirt. Saltalamacchia asked for a new ball. No, he didn't get it, so now he throws it back. Whoa! Away it goes, and Felipe Lopez cruised on home. It can happen. Always pay attention. That might be the first time I've seen that in my big league career, Darren Sutton, either as a player and now as a broadcaster the last few years. I haven't seen that. Have you?
Wow. No. Well, it snuck by me, truth be told. Sitting down, updating Felipe's numbers, and there he went. We're going to try to find an angle to take it all the way back here.
Okay. Give me another ball. Okay, there's timeout. Wow, boy, I think Saltalamacchia may have a point. Did Mike Everett call timeout? You saw the arm go up. Don't know.
That hand clearly went up, though.
Don't know if that was for timeout or
no,
or if he was just holding his arm up to maybe switch the ball out. But then Saltalamacchia threw it back. Yeah. Case closed.
How about that, Mark Graves?
I've never seen that. There's been a lot of things happen this year that are kind of new to us, I would imagine, Darren.
Triple and you can say that again.
I guess that has to go as an error on the catcher, right?
Yes, that's exactly
right.
That's
how he scores.
And he took advantage. Just took off. Huh. Just when you think you've seen it all. You see the end of the game Sunday, and you see the playing the 6th inning here today. Well, you haven't seen it all, is what you learn.
And you never get to that point where you have.
What was the play against the Dodgers earlier this year? The 4th out play. Do you remember that play?
I do. That wasn't big league.
But Chip Hale, by the way, breaks his bat, and into center field that one goes. So a base hit for Stephen Drew, his 3rd. And there is the case right there for getting Ash bats in this game.
Get those maple bats out. That bat went flying into the stands. We've got an injured fan, unfortunately. And that is, I will continue to be on my high horse for the rest of my days in a broadcast booth to get rid of those maple bats. They are far too dangerous. Now, I've been crowing about it for years, Darren, and it finally happened, unfortunately. One of our young fans.
The good thing is she was walking out. I'm sure she, I want to say, fair ball to the right side. A play where the ball is thrown back to the pitcher. Time, I guess, wasn't granted. And up, nope, you don't need a new ball. Felipe saying, come on down. The game summary. First, the first inning. Justin Upton, a home run to right field. Then the second inning. Felipe Lopez, well, taking big strides tonight that he hasn't taken all year long. We'll explain later on. Felipe again into the hole. A second hit with a runner in scoring position. Steven Drew drives in a run. Justin Upton drives in another. How is he 15th in the All-Star voting? Are you kidding me? 15th, Justin Upton.
Yeah, we got to find a way to get Justin Upton in the All-Star game, Darren.
And for the first time, Gracie, he has appeared in the top 15. He's been below that up until now.
I think we should send Charlie Manuel some flowers or something like that. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Maybe some candy.
That was a foul ball. Scherzer did his job. Now Esmeralda Vasquez takes over. Vote here for sure. Ibanez leading in the voting. Ryan Braun is second. Beltran is third. So that, if it were to end today, would be your starters. Justin is 15th. That is a foul ball. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. I'll tell you, for Vasquez, in his last 7 appearances, 9 innings, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. Hasn't given up a run at all in his last 5 outings. It's good to see. Ian Kinsler takes a slider that is away. And the 2-2. Fastball took it right out of the catcher's mitt. That's Mark Reynolds. And he steps on the bag for the out. Hey, don't forget, those of you that like to have a little bit of light in your room and have it be D-backs lights. Every Sunday is Kids Day at Chase Field, featuring kids-only promotions. This Sunday with the Angels in town. The first 5,000 kids to the game at Chase receive a D-backs nightlight, courtesy of Cox. Stick around and run the bases after the game. 602-514-8400 or dbacks.com. That one off the bat of David Murphy has Justin Upton range into his right. He puts that one away. Let's take a walk out of town. Make sure you know your score. FreeCreditReport.com presents the out-of-town scoreboard.
What do we got tonight, Gary?
Well, we have the Tigers, and they certainly came off a big weekend.
They're playing well.
Yeah, you bet, taking care of the Brew Crew. The Giants and the A's, bottom of the 6th inning. And the Rockies on top of the Angels.
Boy,
right
how
now,
about the
3-2.
Rockies? Are you kidding me?
Rockies are right there in the wild card race. I mean, right there.
I mean, and up until 2 weeks ago, they were having a stinky year. I mean, stinky. But boy, they turned it around under Jim Tracy.
I look forward to showing this to you in just a moment, Mark Grace. The wild card standings. Because I think for some it might be a bit of an eye-opener. See those standings?
What's the streak right now that Colorado's on?
Well, 1 and 2 the count. I'll tell you the streak that they're on. They're on a streak good enough to have them a half game back in the wild card.
My goodness.
How about that?
Jim Tracy taking over for Clint Hurdle. He was just basically told the Colorado Rockies, well, we're not going to lose anymore. It's fouled off. You know what, Darren? The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that if Jim Tracy keeps this up, he's going to become my guy. Oh, yeah. Yep. Without a doubt. Yeah, there. See? Oh, I'm a front runner, folks. Let's not kid ourselves.
That pitch is away. Well, Mike Scioscia's my guy, so I'm telling you who I'm pulling for in that ball game. So no longer Torrey. He's not going to be your guy anymore?
No. Nah, he's old news.
Mm-hmm.
He's been my guy for a long time.
Mm-hmm. All those titles in New York. That pitch misses away. Not really your guy when he was with the Mets as their manager, right?
No, or St. Louis.
I didn't think so.
Or Atlanta,
well,
for that matter. But as a Yankee manager, oh, my guy.
Up until the last few years, Bobby Cox has been your guy, correct?
Well, yeah. He's been replaced, though. They've all been replaced by Jim Tracy.
Bouncing ball in the middle of the diamond. Reaches out. Well, I'm curious to know what you folks think about someone who is on a suspension receiving the opportunity to rehab. This is earlier tonight. This is in Albuquerque. And Manny Ramirez, there was more than 15,000 on hand. This is the beginning of the comeback for Manny Ramirez, who is 6th in the All-Star voting. A strikeout and a ground out. As he makes his way back, there are those that have been very strong in the world of the written press saying, how in the world, if it's a true suspension, are you allowed, because isn't the policy applicable to minor league players as well, to play in a quote-unquote rehab assignment?
Well, I think it's just a major league suspension, not a baseball.
But you get the point when a writer would say that, because if you're suspended in the minor leagues, you're not playing ball anywhere for 50 games.
Right, but I think it's just a major league suspension.
I understand.
It's not a professional baseball suspension. So I don't have a problem with it. Do you?
Absolutely.
You do have a problem with it.
You're suspended for 50 games. That's 50 games. You don't get to go hone your skills down in the minor
leagues. 50 major league games.
That's fine. You don't get to hone your skills in a game. That's just
okay.
That's just my opinion.
And I don't feel strongly about it.
Oh, I know.
You know, I'm not saying absolutely he should be playing, but I don't have a problem with him down in the minor leagues. Heck, it's a sellout down there. Let Albuquerque make some money. Let them be happy.
Well, that's the part I don't have a problem with.
You know? But yeah, I don't want to see him in a major league uniform for 50 days. You know, I'm glad. I don't know.
Yeah, there's ways to bounce back and forth on that one.
You know, I think he certainly disgraced the game enough.
2-2 the count. We might have to get a text poll going.
All right.
We might be working on that.
Okay, text poll. What?
8-2 the score.
I got it.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be electric stuff from that young man's right arm thus far.
He's throwing hard with the good changeup as well.
How about Young's approach, by the way? Right back through the box. Beautiful
he
approach
can hit.
to get that hit.
He's one of the best hitters that really when you get outside of Texas, you know, not enough people know just what a great hitter and great player Michael Young is. I mean, a great player.
Three and 2 with 2 outs. Runner on the move, it's fouled off. Well, for the time being, we won't go on and on about this, but certainly worth discussing. Should he be allowed to play in Albuquerque at all prior to, or any minor league team for that matter, prior to the 50-game suspension officially coming to an end? Text A for yes, B for no to 74499. Full count, 2 outs. Runner goes again. Stephen Rue, like a vacuum, makes the play. And ouch. That insult to injury. Marlon Byrd made himself a dirt sandwich.
This is officially a face plant.
We're getting set for the post-game show tonight. And Greg, our text poll question earlier tonight was, which city in Texas do you like best? And guess what? Austin won. You're pretty happy about that, I bet.
That is a no-brainer to me. Yes, it is a great city, live music capital of the world, so Austin's just a cool city.
And mainly the Longhorns, who are about to go to Game 3, we think. Latest score, we're not sure. 5-1, they're up in the ninth.
I'll be in Omaha tomorrow.
He'll be on a flight. Our new text poll question, though, we want you to chime in. Should Manny Ramirez be allowed to play minor league ball as he gets set to come back to play for the Dodgers on July 3rd after being suspended for 50 games? Your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think if you go on rehab assignments if you're hurt. If you're suspended for what he did, I don't think so. You come right back here to the big leagues.
Well, he played tonight in Albuquerque, so there's that. All right, join us for the post-game Quest Diamondbacks Live. Greg will give us his thoughts on Nolan Ryan's impact on this Rangers pitching staff. Guys?
Thank you very much, Greg Swindell. The fresh haircut out there.
That was extremely fresh. I'm sporting a fresh haircut.
I'm going in tomorrow.
Zeke is. You know what? Yeah, you're killing the drill.
Mathis, I'll take care of business tomorrow. Oh, boy. I'll see my buddies over at Professional Barbershop. They'll take care of me. And that one slapped into the seats. That College World Series game, Texas 5, LSU 1. 2 outs in the ninth inning, about to be put to bed. Though Texas thought they had put the game to bed last night.
Same story last night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Doug Mathis, you see the numbers. Our Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. He just broke a bat. And in time for the out. Texas has evened it all up. That's over 5-1 over LSU. So Mr. Swindell will be attending the decisive game with his rally haircut for the Longhorns.
Yeah. Why not? I'm sure Zeke's got a private jet. He'll probably fly back there to Omaha. You know, he made
no private jet.
Well, the only thing with Zeke and the Texas baseball program is, you know, Greg made a lot of money, and deservedly so, in the major leagues, but he had to take a pay cut when he left Texas. Yes, so
that pitch is high.
So he was very disappointed.
Wow. That one is fouled off. 2-1 the count. Well, so who are you pulling for to win it all?
Well, I don't really have feelings really either way with Texas or LSU, to be honest. Both great baseball programs.
Another broken bat with a jagged end flying out towards first. But for Parra, the results are good. It's a single.
And just another lethal weapon headed towards the first baseman.
One earlier flew into the seats, hit a fan.
Struck one of our young female fans, and I just hope our friend Bud Selig and the rest of baseball, including the Players Union. I mean, look at that. Come on, man. That is a maple bat right there. Look what kind of damage that could do to somebody. Get it out. Please. Hope they'll somehow, some way, the bat companies, the owners, the players, got to come to some kind of an agreement to go ash only.
Bouncing ball. There's one. That's all they will get. All-stars among us, no doubt about it, throughout the community. Gentlemen like Bruce Patillo, David Hepburn, and Ron Bruce, they are local finalists of the All-Stars among us through tomorrow. You can vote on foxsports.com, clicking on the link All-Stars Among Us. The winner from each Major League City will be honored before the All-Star game on July 14th in St. Louis.
You going to the All-Star game, D-Sut?
Absolutely not.
Well, we're going to be there right after.
I'll be watching.
I'm not gonna attend it either, but you and I, you know, we've got plans again for our annual trip down the Salt River.
That's why, you know, I'm certainly not going. I wanted to make sure you were still in down the Salt River, and then after that day trip, it's down to Rocky Point.
Down to Rocky Point for the All-Star break, the Salt River. It's a 4-day break this year, right?
Yes.
So we get the Salt River first, then we head right down to Rocky Point.
Yep.
Visit our favorite little cantinas down there, and then we'll head to St. Louis after the break.
Then we'll go in your private jet.
There you go.
There we go.
I'll hook that up. I love those inner tube rides down the Salt River, especially that time of year. Water's not too cool.
Miguel Montero out front of an off-speed pitch, but he just hit it a mile into the redhead section.
Hey!
That's what we're talking about.
And of course, a grab was made on the fly by a redhead. Nicely done, young man. Nicely done. Let's see the grab. One hand grab.
Are you kidding me?
Man, that's
Come
impressive.
on.
Who needs a glove, huh?
Who needs a glove?
It's all right. That hand is all right.
That was awesome.
That guy can go down the Salt River with us if he wants.
You know what? He's got an invite.
2-2 the count. Really? Oh, wow. Chacarón. Presents Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on. And by Blimpie, America's Self Shop. Back of the ballpark here at Chase Field. Mark McClune, Mark Grace, Darren Sutton, and you. And Juan Gutierrez takes the assignment. And the bullpen as a whole, looking forward to having some positive news tonight. So far, so good. As that is a strike. The Diamondbacks starters on this recent road trip, as you see the numbers for Juan, ERA up and over 5. In the 6 games played in Kansas City and Seattle, Arizona, 2.79 ERA out of the starters. The bullpen, a 9 ERA.
Yikes. Don't tell me that.
Breaking ball, and it's a strike. And Gutierrez, in his last 3 innings of work, has given up 9 earned runs. ERA has jumped. It was 2.90, and it's jumped all the way up above. 5.
Seems
Good
impossible
stuff.
with that kind of stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, trust me, there's no doubt about that.
Those are 2 of the best breaking balls he's thrown all year long.
Catcher Jared
Gutierrez.
And here is Jared Saltalamacchia.
Jared's had a couple of hits here this evening. 2 for 3 with a strikeout.
Mark Grace, they have managed 8 hits tonight, but this is a club that did big things offensively early on this year. When they were 30-20 for their first 50 games, that one is grounded. Look at the reaction by Mark Reynolds. That would have taken his head off. What a play by Mark. A horrible hop there.
Yeah, he just saved a trip to the dentist right there. This ball takes a bad hop and comes right up at his teeth. He got the hands up, thankfully. I mean, this ball had typhus written all over it. Boy, that's a bad feeling. But he's all right. Just a little, maybe gunshot for the next 5 seconds or so. Probably hoping this guy hits him one.
He'll be just fine.
I love it when you go there.
Let me tell you where else I'm going. The Rangers in their first 50 games this year averaged 5 runs a game, almost 5.5, and hit over 270. Their last 18, they're hitting 218.
Yeah.
Just 3 runs a game. So again, though they have 8 hits tonight, a total that they have usually gone far above. Their slugging is down more than 100 points. On base is down 60 points.
Well, they're missing Josh Hamilton.
You bet. He'll be back around the All-Star break, or so they hope, from that abdominal surgery.
Changeup.
Doesn't throw too many of those.
No. Gutierrez looking like a different guy here this evening. Maybe just needed to get home, Darren.
The 1-2. Yeah, the abdominal tear for Hamilton, as you said, has been costly to these Rangers. Last season led the American League in RBIs. Again, is starting to swing the bat, though, and still has targeted right around the All-Star break or just before. It looks like he'll make it. That pitch is in. The thing we know, if we know anything about Hamilton, with all that he has been through off the field to get to this point, he sets his mind to something, he'll be back.
No, I think you're right. I mean, he's just such a special talent. And it's all starting to come together for him if he can stay healthy.
There is a walk. This is a Hamilton injury from earlier this year.
Shortstop Elvis Andrews.
And then tried to play a couple of days later. You can see he had trouble breathing, Gracie, after that. And then that's when the abdominal tear was discovered.
Oh, what an amazing show he put on in Yankee Stadium last year in the All-Star game. That home run contest. I was fortunate enough to be there, Darren. You know, it's pretty tough, and I don't think I've ever seen a non-Yankee take over New York fans. I mean, they loved this kid. Standing ovations. Something you expect for Yankees, not opponents.
Mm-hmm. If we know anything, though, about Yankees fans, as Andrus pops that one up.
They're knowledgeable.
That's exactly right. And they know all that he went through to get to that day in that great ballpark. Nice inning by Goot.
A couple innings ago, you saw our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game, a shot into the redhead section, and what a play down here by Justin Duarte, a one-handed catch. I'm standing by with Justin Duarte, who made the catch, and young Tyler Evans. Tyler Evans, actually show the folks at home the ball. How did you get the ball?
I asked this man if I could look at the ball, and he said, "You're not going to run with it, are you?" I said, "No." And then he said he had a couple of these, and he said, "I'll give it to you."
A couple of them. You have a couple of big league baseballs, Justin Duarte. What's that mean?
I got a couple balls from back when I was playing in the farm system with a couple teams, the Phillies and the Padres, and I had a couple tucked away from a couple big league trainings. So, you know.
Well, how did you go one hand?
Hey, I don't know, hand-eye coordination. I guess I've been training for this my whole life, you know, and it just kind of happened. So it was pretty neat.
And as a catcher, right? You just caught it like a catcher.
I was a catcher, but you know, right-handed. You catch with this hand. I guess it just I built it up, you know, over the years of playing catch with the outfielders and showing them that their arms really weren't that good.
Now, what are you going to do with the ball, Tyler?
I'm going to go buy something that's glass and I can keep it in and see if I can get the players, the D-backs, to sign it.
We already have one signature right here. If you can just tip your head forward right there. There's Darren Sutton's signature right there. I think you need to get Justin Duarte's also. How's that? All right. Let's kick it back to the booth, guys. A wonderful moment out here.
That's great. You know what? We saw that on the road, on this recent road trip. We saw a fan wearing a Diamondback shirt, giving the ball away. And you can see what Luke Harlan had some big league time with San Diego last year and is up to replace Chris Snyder. Saw him in spring training. The one thing we have always known about Luke Harlan, Mark Grace, a fine defensive catcher, has had a little better year this year offensively down in AAA. Good for him.
Yeah, up near the 300 mark. The old-fashioned two-flapped batting helmet, the two-ear flaps.
Puts that one on the ground. And in time for the out. Our Nova Home Loans in-game box score. Well, how about that top of the order? That's getting done.
That's Damage Incorporated right there. Lopez, Drew, Upton.
You're getting tuned up for the Angels coming to town this weekend.
Well, you can't look too far ahead. You got to take care of business against the Rangers first. Then you tackle Mike Soshin, Vladimir Guerrero,
John Lackey.
He'll pitch Saturday. You and I will be here.
I'll be down below.
Oh, you're not going. I'll be with our friend Kenny Albert that day.
Kenny's a good man. That pitch is low.
You're going to be dressed up in your 70s garb as well.
You bet I am. 70s day. Swinging right through that one. 1-2, the count to Felipe Lopez. What a night it has been for Felipe.
Yeah, go ahead and get your fourth hit tonight, Felipe. Got the average back above 300. That's always a nice feeling. Let's see if he can pile on.
Tonight he has his third extra base hit of the month, so he only had 2 coming in and 84 at bats. He also has 2 hits with runners in scoring position. He has not done that in a single game all year this year, so it's been a good night. This one is a fly ball to center field. So the Diamondbacks need 3 more outs to get things back on track here at home. Vicente Padilla against Dan Heron. Dan Heron having a season for the ages. And we will speak with you about that tomorrow in a lot of ways. And then it's Scott Feldman against John Garland. That coming up. And we will have, as we mentioned, the entire series for you tomorrow and then Thursday. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. Tony Pena answers that call. Mark Grace, who was on this date in 1998, the inaugural season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They were in Texas. They were taking on the Rangers.
Right.
Texas scored 11 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Whoa.
On this date in 1998.
Nothing like bringing back the good times.
Pena pours in a good fastball. They scored the 11 runs in the bottom of the 5th off of Brian Anderson, Willie Banks, and Bobby Chenard. Kevin Elster was the Lone Ranger starter in that game without a hit. Bouncing ball, Tony bobbles, recovers, sets, fires. Look out, Mark Reynolds. For a guy who's got a little bit more than a dozen games on the job at first base in the big leagues after not starting there at all, he's doing all right over there. Talking about Mark Reynolds.
It's not an easy position. That kind of a play right there is very dangerous, especially for a right-handed first baseman that throws inside like that. Making the catch and getting that arm out of there. I saw that play. I saw the contact on that play basically ruin Cliff Floyd's career. He went on to do just fine, but he could have been much finer as that one's popped into Shala. Outfield. And Felipe Lopez just puts it away. 2 quick outs here as it looks like the Texas Rangers just might be trying to head to the showers as quick as possible.
Goodness. They have been struggling, these Rangers. There's no doubt about it. 0-3 on their current 6-game, 7-day road trip. They were swept by San Francisco. They have lost 4 in a row. Trying to avoid a 5th straight loss as Pena pours that one in there. The Diamondbacks just taking one little step up the mountain because they have gone just about to the bottom. But any day when it's a winning day is a good day for your ball club.
All right. Steer right.
And as Ferguson Jenkins, the Hall of Famer that came in and sat with Mark Grace, and I earlier tonight said, a lot of season left to go. Plenty of time to be played.
Spoken like an old Cub, wasn't it?
That was beautiful. The 1-1. That one bounces in there. Well, no matter what happens the rest of the way this season for the team that wears red, they've got to play better at home. And this is just step one of what needs to be about 40 more positive steps.
And Darren, at this level, you know, poor teams still hold their own at home. You know, it's the damage is done on the road usually for, you know, and this team's just way too talented to be, well, at this point, a bad team at home.
14-23. Only Washington, who is 12-23 with a lower number. Hot shot. Look at the play by Reynolds to end the ball game. Oh my goodness. Wow. How about that, Mark Grace?
That was impressive. A rocket. And just such an athletic play. No matter where he plays, third, first, it doesn't matter. This kid's a baseball player and a darn good one. That's an awfully good game there, Darren Sutton, by the D-backs here.
Very good game by